Alright, we're back here for part 2. I'm here to give you guys some homeless tips, some houseless tips for anybody out there suffering. I know times are hard, so let's get straight into it. Now, if you're out there on the streets and you need somewhere to sleep, I know I talk about the wilderness. I know I talk about shelters. I know I talk about you can crash at someone's house if you go on Tinder or some type of dating website. I know a lot of homeless people that sleep on top of rooftops, whether it's at a restaurant, whether it's at an apartment building, a commercial building. I know it's against the law in a lot of states. I know if you're going to be like, well, that's against the law. It's up to you. If you're really desperate, maybe you have someone following you, maybe someone's trying to harm you or something. Rooftops is another safe way how to get some rest. Now, these tips I'm going to be giving you, they're not in order, just going to be out of order, but it's just any type of tip. Hopefully this can even help one person. The second tip I have for you is enroll in a local community college. You don't have to go to the big universities. I'm just saying your local, even if it's a small college, it's better to have that because a lot of these colleges, they have financial aid. They have some with the homeless program. So if you are homeless, don't be shy, don't be upset, don't be, down about it. It's okay. You just got to let them know, hey, I'm homeless, but I do want to get into some type of class. You don't have to go get a 2-year degree or 4-year degree. You can go in there for a trade class. And trust me, a lot of these local community colleges, they will go ahead and help you out. Even the teachers, they probably will pull you aside and be like, you know what? I feel bad for you. Let me go ahead and give you a little bit of extra change. Trust me, when you tell people your situation, they will help you. Also, with financial aid, the money that you don't spend on the rest of your class, usually if you have a bank account, financial aid will help go ahead and give you back the rest of the money that you did not use. But I will warn you, if you do not want to go to college, if you don't want to learn, do not sign up for it just for the financial aid or just to get help from other people, because you'll be wasting not only your time, but you'll be wasting those people's time. Now, another tip that I've seen is a Costco membership. And this comment that I got was very, very smart. It's $60 a year for a Costco membership. Maybe it's in different prices in different areas. I don't know. Check with your local Costco. But this person was basically saying they get a hot dog there for $1.50 since they're a member. And they get the $5 chicken there because they're a member. And they said they usually do this maybe once or twice a week. But that's just a way how to keep warm, how to eat your food for a little bit without anyone looking at you kind of crazy. Also, the bathrooms. We talked about freshen up in the last video. You want to go ahead and freshen up. Maybe, you didn't take a shower for 3-4 days, but you have a Costco membership so you can go in their bathroom. After you eat your food, you feel all good. You say, all right, time to go freshen up. Use your soap. Use, everything that you have to do to freshen up. Now, another tip, let's talk about documents. Your ID, just something that people can identify you, especially when you get a job. Now, what this person was saying is basically you need to have about 2 copies of everything, just in case you lose one. So let's just say, for example, let's talk about a driver's license, or let's just talk about your social security card or something. You want to have 2 of everything. I don't know if that's making sense. So maybe you want to put one in like your backpack if you are carrying a backpack, or if you're living in your car, that's fine. Leave one on there, and then you carry one on you at all times, just in case, because things does get stolen, things does get lost. So you want to make sure that you have that. Now, I know what a lot of you are going to say, but I don't have the money for that. Yes, I know it costs money to get those things, but you want to go to your DMV and see, the prices in your area, because the prices can maybe be different in local areas. Also, with the emergency phone, I don't know if they still do the Obama phones or they still do the government phones. I know some of you don't trust the government. I know. But if you desperately need a phone, I'm guessing you can go to one of those public assistant buildings. And then once you go there, you say, I really need a government phone, and they'll help you out. Whoever's working there will probably help you out. Now, let's talk about if you're hungry. I actually saw this one comment there talk about Gleaners. Gleaners is basically an organization that will collect leftover crops from farmers for people in need. So in your local area, you can search up Gleaner organizations and then see if any of them will help make you go ahead in there and volunteer. Or if you need food to eat, you can go over there and go get some free food from the Gleaners. Now, this is probably going to work for a lot of people in the country or small towns, because if you're in the big cities, yes, there's farmers, don't get me wrong, but I'm not sure if you would get, fresh produce straight in the city, like deep in like New York City, in the middle of Manhattan or something. So this is probably for a lot of the country people out there. Now, let's talk about illegal substances and, drinking and stuff. Another tip is you want to stay away from people that do that. Now, if you do that right now, you need to quit. You need to quit cold turkey. I don't know what you got to do to quit. You got to pray about it. You got to go to therapy. I don't know, but you need to quit that cold turkey somehow, some way. You're drinking, and when you're, smoking, it messes you up. Your thought process is not 100%. I know some of you are going to be like, man, I know how to, I don't care if I drink. I don't care if I smoke. I know. Okay, I got you. But if you want to get out of this situation, or if you want your situation to be a little bit better, you need to stop drinking and smoking. Anything. You need to quit it completely. And you don't want to hang out with people that do that. Another comment I see is a lot of people who are homeless, they usually hang out with other homeless people. You do not want to do that. That is your biggest mistake. Because in the back of your head, you'd be like, you're homeless, I'm homeless, let's be friends. No. know, a lot of other homeless people will attack homeless people. Anyone that is a former homeless will tell you this. A lot of the homeless people envy each other. They're jealous of each other. And they sometimes, not all of them, want to put each other down so they stay in the same situation. So please, if you are new to the streets, please stay away from those people and try to get back into society. Now, if you want to drink, if you want to smoke, if you do not want to participate in society, that's cool. Hang around those people. But for the people that do not want to be in this situation long term, 5, 6, 7 years, then you probably want to stay away from people, and you do not want to be like those people with the drinking and the smoking. Now, let's talk about another situation. I know it's going to be pretty touchy for a lot of you, but obey the law, people. And I'm not saying, you got to obey every single law, because we all know police officers out here that break the law. But when I mean obey the law, it's don't go in stores stealing, don't go in the streets, selling your body, don't attack people with weapons, don't threaten people, just don't do things that will get you a felony, will get you locked up. You don't want to be locked up. I know you might be having a bad day, right? But if a police officer is coming up to you and they're gonna, trying to mess with you, you know what a lot of police officers want to do with the homeless people? I'm talking about the bad ones, not the good ones. Good cops watching out there, I appreciate you. But here's what the bad cops want to do. They know you're homeless, they know you're on the street, they want to come up to you and they want to start an argument, or they want you to react in a very negative way. So when you do react in a negative way, they'll go ahead and continue to target you, or they'll go ahead and just lock you up. Now, another tip is you can use like Craigslist to get some dishwashing work. I know a lot of dishwashing works are easy, or you can go work somewhere where you just got to do something real simple and they'll pay you a day's work. I'm not saying Craigslist is the best, but you have a lot of different websites out there. And I heard personally, dishwashing, they'll literally hire you within like the next 2 days or whatever, because they desperately need those type of people. They're not going to be paying the best money. They might pay you $12-13 an hour, but anything is better than nothing. Now let's talk about water. We talk about food, we talk about sleep, we talk about work, we talk about everything, but you do need water, because most humans cannot survive past 3 days without water. You want to go ahead and get you a Silcott key. A Silcott key is for about $6 is at Home Depot, $6-7, after taxes. You can get it at Home Depot, or you can get it at any type of hardware store, and it will open water valves for you at like a lot of the big areas, because remember, these areas, they have like water valves, but you can't open it regularly. So you need the Silcott key. You open it and you refill your bottle, refill your jug, whatever you're going to refill, you're going to get fresh water. But make sure that you put everything back. Make sure you lock everything back, because these companies are paying the water bill. And if they catch you doing this and you're wasting the water and their water bill come very high, they're going to go ahead and be like, well, what's the issue? And then they're going to check the cameras and stuff, and they're like, oh, this person opened this and they just left it like that, and now our water bill is, a lot of money. So make sure after you use that water valve, make sure you put everything back and you leave it like it was. Don't be greedy and trying to fill up 20 different bottles. Fill up what you really need, maybe 3-4 bottles, or maybe 1 or 2 jugs, and then you go ahead and you leave. Now, let's talk about cooking. I know a lot of you probably have some food. You're probably eating a lot of packaged food, and maybe you want some real food. So a lot of parks and a lot of beaches usually have these barbecue pits. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. It's that little iron thing. I'm going to go ahead and throw a picture up. And you could basically cook anything on it if you have your own charcoal, or if you put wood and, you set your own little fire. And basically that barbecue pit that you're going to be using, you can cook real natural food. It's like your personal stove. I know some of you probably got a little mini stove that you carry in your backpack, a little portable one, and that's cool. But if you ever want to cook like a big meal, or you just want to be around a lot of people and feel normal again, you can go ahead and use those barbecue pits over there at the parks or there at the beach. They might have some in some different areas, but those are the 2 locations that I know for sure that have those barbecue pits that you can cook your personal food. And another tip I have for you, this is actually in the comments, and I was like, wow, this is a very smart idea. But basically what this person was saying was, you could set up a little local coffee shop or whatever thing that you have to sell there, and you look like you're blending in with the environment. Now, I'm not saying you have to do this at a park or a beach. You could probably do this anywhere. But they were saying they set up a little local shop, and they say to people, pay what you can. So pay what you can mean the person can pay $20, he could pay $1, they could pay $5, but it's just things that, because some of you are collectors out there, so if you have anything that you're collecting and you want to pawn it, but you can't pawn it, maybe because it's a weekend or something, you can go ahead and set up a little shop, and when people walk by, you just tell them, hey, pay what you want, and they'll come there and they'll go ahead and purchase things. Now, I know we talk about the police, and I know, permits and all that stuff, but some people do this, especially in like major cities. If you're in a major city, you can go ahead and just set up a little local shop right there. And if the police roll by, you just go ahead and close up real quick. You don't need to make it all noticeable that you're closing up. And that's a real smart idea, because I know some of you right now, you can't get employment. Employment is hard. So if you can, There's multiple ways that you can blend into society and make an extra few bucks. Now, I know I usually talk about my homeless people that's living on the streets, walking on the street, but for this portion of the video, I want to talk about homeless people who are actually living in their cars. And this is another comment that I've seen. So if you're living in your car right now, you know, car life, van life, whatever, and you're considered homeless, but you just have transportation, you know, you have a home on wheels. Truck stop is a recommendation that I heard if you want to go ahead and do laundry, if you want to go ahead and take a shower, etc., etc. Because with the truck shops, you can go there and, you know, pay $5 for a shower, and then you just do your laundry. And if you want, you could just buy food right there, because with the truck stops, truckers are coming there for their necessities, and a lot of truckers need to take showers, etc. So it's like a pit stop for them, but it's also a pit stop for you if you have a vehicle. Now, another thing for all my people that are living in cars is make sure you have some type of entertainment, whether it's going to be a tablet, whether it's going to be a phone, a laptop or something, because you're going to need that to keep you motivated, to keep you going. And maybe you just have a bad day and you just want to sit in your car and you just want to watch something to get that stress off you. Because trust me, I know what it's like to sit inside of a car and be angry. You have all type of thoughts running through your mind. So just have one type of form of entertainment if you can. If you don't, that's okay. But you don't want to just sit in a car just staring all day. You know, you don't want to stare at the ceiling, because that could be very, very bad for your mental health. For all my people out there that are in cars, another thing you want is a sleeping blanket, the one that's below sub-zero. And you want a warm jacket, you want a scarf, you want a hat, etc., etc. You want all that cold stuff, because inside a car, remember, the temperature that's outside can be inside. So make sure that you bundle up and you have more space when you're living inside a vehicle. Even if you live in Florida, I'm in Florida, trust me, it gets cold down here, especially after like 7 o'clock at night. It gets really, really cold, depending what time of the year it is. Another thing you want for your car window covers. So, you know, people are going to be nosy, so you want to make sure that you cover up all your windows, even the front side, the back side, everything. Everything need to be covered up. And make sure you have a little light. Now, I know I talk about flashlights. You could have a flashlight, or you could use your phone or whatever, anything, because sometime when you cover up, you need to look for something, you need a little light. So whether you want to use your phone or you want to use a flashlight, make sure you have that. Make sure you have your little pot, your little kettle pot. Make sure you have a little spork. You know, a spork that's a half spoon, it's a half fork. Make sure you have a wooden spoon. Make sure you have a bowl or a plate, something. You want to make sure you have basic cooking necessities while you're living in your vehicle, because you don't want to be going out and eating fast food every day, or you don't want to just be out there using the barbecue pit, like I said earlier in the video, every single day. Some days you want to make sure that you have your own stuff in your personal vehicle. And this is just another tip for all my people in vehicles. You have more options than the average person. And what I mean by that is the homeless person on the street that don't even have a bicycle, they can't get as much financial opportunities as you. You live inside your vehicle. You can do a lot more side jobs, a lot more side hustles, and you can find local work. So just keep that in mind. But I just want to say something before this video ends. Remember, if this video helped you in any way, please share it to a lot of people. The more people that watch it, the more people that will get help. Trust me, I know you guys are probably wondering, like, why am I doing these homeless videos? But when I search up homelessness on YouTube, everyone just either criticize the homeless or they say it's a problem. But no one on YouTube, most people on YouTube, do not give a solution to help people. People got to understand, we don't all have mom and dads or even grandparents or even family to teach us how to live life. Some people need step by step how to get through life. A lot of people need 1, 2, 3 to help them get by in life. Everyone just is criticizing them. You understand? Yes, you can criticize them. Yes, you can say it's a problem. But what are you doing to help? If you're not going to donate money, cool, I got you. Times are hard. You can at least use your voice, at least use words to try to help these people, trying to, you know, give them motivation, get them back on the street. I'd rather see 1,000 homeless people trying to get back into society than just sitting there looking at 1,000 homeless people and saying you're worthless, you're bum, you're etc., etc. You do not do those things. But I seen this one comment and it kind of got to me. The guy was like, why are you making these videos? Why you can't just tell them go get jobs? It's not that hard. Just show them how to put on a suit and tie and go get a job. And it's not that easy. And leave your story in the comment section if you ever had this experience. You ever had where you did your best for like maybe 2, 3 interviews and you didn't get the job and you kind of felt demotivated? That's what people got to understand. And then on top of that, these people are so hypocritical that I see in my comment section sometime about, oh, homeless people should just get jobs. If you ask them this question in real life, would you hire a homeless man that came into your business and said, hey, I need a job? Would you hire them? Guess what a lot of them say? A lot of them say, no, I would not hire them. So how are you going to criticize these homeless people if you're not going to give them a chance? To all the people out there that leave negative comments. But I know most of you watch and you love my content, you know, you love me and you appreciate what I'm doing, because it seems like I'm only the one of the few people out there that's actually helping. But I just want to address that real quick. I make these videos to help people because not everyone is mentally up there, if you know what I'm saying, and not everyone have the finances or had the privilege. You understand? There's some people born into this world and they only have one family member. You understand? The rest of their family is gone, vanished. So basically what I'm saying is, don't criticize if you're not going to help. If you're not going to help, please keep your mouth shut. These videos are to help people. A lot of people are in bad situations and I see it happening over and over and over. But with all that being said, make sure you stay humble. Please make sure you stay positive. Please make sure you stay safe out there. Remember, your situation will get better, and peace out.